Hi, this is Michael at TV Radio 1972 with my first radio review of 2021, the Midland ER-210 Emergency Crank Weather Radio. It's an AM/FM weather band radio with alert that I bought from Amazon for $39.92 plus tax. Here's the front of the box. It has the Midland logo, symbols representing tornado, flood, hurricane, fire, and earthquake on top. On the bottom, you have the model number ER-210. Battery lasts up to 25 hours. Symbols representing USB charger, flashlight, AM/FM radio, and the NOAA Weather Radio logo. And to its right, a picture of a mother and daughter with the ER-210. On this side of the package, you have the Midland logo as well as its website, midlandusa.com. Back of the package, it has the Midland logo as well as the symbols that you saw in front of the radio. You can pause and look at the rest of it as I go over the features. National Weather Service alerts anytime, anywhere. Multiple power sources, rechargeable battery, hand crank, solar panel. Charge other devices through a USB connection, flashlight with SOS strobe, AM/FM radio for entertainment and live information, the NOAA Weather Radio and Weather Radio Canada logos, which means you can use this radio in both the United States and Canada. What's in the box? ER-210 model number, the midlandusa.com website, and to the right, there's a diagram of the radio. You can pause and look at that. On this side of the package, a picture of a couple on a picnic with the ER-210. And here's the top of the package and the bottom of the package. Copyright Midland Radio Corporation. There's the address. Warning information on cancer and productive harm. You have the model number, UPC symbol, and serial number. And in the middle, there's social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Now I'm going to take the contents out. I'll show you the paperwork first. You have a quick start guide here. You can pause and look at that. The ER-210 quick start guide. Then you have the E-Ready Midland FEMA recommended emergency checklist. There's two sides, actually. Some recommended items. You can pause and read that. And then you can put your emergency contacts on the bottom of this page. And then you have more checklist items. You can pause and read those. More information at ready.gov. And then you have your owner's manual here. It's in English. You can pause and read the table of contents and features. I'll show you that part of the manual. And then there's the back of it. Midland, and it has his address and phone number. Its social media, as well as its website. You can pause and read that. And we have the micro USB charging cable here. You can use this to either charge the radio or devices on the radio. And this you can plug to either the radio to charge devices or plug it to a wall charger to charge the radio. And here's the radio, and I will give you the dimensions. 6.5 inches in length, 2 3/4 inches in height and 1 3/4 inches in depth. It has a 1-inch speaker and a 10.5-inch antenna. And I'll give you a size comparison. The Eton FRX2 and the Sangean HDR-14, which is an AM FM HD radio with alert but no weather band. And I'll show you what is on the radio itself. The front of the radio, you have the Midland logo. On the left, you have an LCD display here. While it's off, you have the AM or PM if you're on 12-hour time. You have the time in the middle, and then the battery indicator here. This can also be set to 12-hour time and 24-hour time, which I'll show you later. Here's the band and power button here. When the radio is on, you single press for the band and long press to turn off, and you single press to turn on. And then there's your weather alert menu button here. You short press for the weather alert and long press for the menu. Tuning up and down buttons and volume up and down buttons. Your 1-inch speaker. Charge indicator here, which lights up when it's being charged. Or under the sun. And even under a lamp. No weather radio logo. That is all on the front. I'll show you the menu. You can set the 12 or 24-hour clock. I'll set it on 12. You can set the time by hour or minute. Backlight display off, on, or 5 seconds. I'll keep it off for the demonstration. And then your weather frequency, either by frequency or channel. I'll keep it on frequency. And that is the front. On the top of the radio, you have a solar charging panel here. You have your flashlight SOS button here. On the bottom of the radio, you have a battery compartment and a quick start reference guide. You can pause and read that. And I'll open the battery door. And it has a replaceable 18650 battery that's 2200 milliamp hours, 3.7 volts. I gotta be careful not to take out the battery or also reset the clock. But here it is. Here are the details here. Instructions here. Now, this has a button top battery here, which makes this battery removable. In the previous versions of the ER-200 and the early ER-210s, you had a proprietary connection, meaning it was not easily removable. You would have to buy their Midland brand proprietary battery connector with the 18650 battery in order to replace it. This one you can replace it with 18650 batteries. But I would recommend replacing it with the same amount of charge, 2200 milliamp hours, 3.7 volts. Polarity, positive to the right, negative to the left. That's where the spring is. Like I said, I don't want to take it out or also reset the clock. And let's see, on this side of the radio, you have a handle where you can carry it with you or hang it on something. A protective jacket here, rubber jacket. And it comes in. I mean, it sticks on. It doesn't fall out like some of the other emergency radios have. But here's the micro USB jack, and headphone jack. Headphone experience. Minimal hiss when it has no volume. Very minimal. It's hardly noticeable. When you turn up the volume, it's all gone. So it's a good headphone listening experience with that. Then you have your 10.5-inch antenna. You gotta be careful taking it out. It pulls out like this, and then you can move it around. Better extend it all the way. You can move it around, so that's good. And I won't demonstrate it here, but my Texan PL606 antenna extender actually fits on this radio for added reception if I wanted to do that. So it actually fits, so that's pretty good that it's able to do that. Back of the radio is your dynamo crank and serial number and information here. And I'll just demonstrate the hand crank. Not too loud, but gets the job done. And then your LED flashlight here, and I'll demonstrate that. So, bright and brighter and flashing. So, pretty bright, this flashlight, brighter than any emergency radio that I've had. So, that's good, and that is pretty much it. So what I'm going to do right now is try out the band starting with FM. So what I'm going to do, extend the antenna. It's 12:24 p.m. or 12:24 a.m., excuse me, Eastern Standard Time from the northeastern part of New Jersey, or 0524 UTC. So I'll turn it up. Now, while the radio is on, it switches between frequency and time. But when the radio's on, you have your band, your frequency, and megahertz or kilohertz on the lower right, and of course your battery indicator. So, FM is 87.5 to 107.9 in 200 kilohertz steps. AM is 520 to 1710, 10 kilohertz steps, and the weather band is 162.4 to 162.55 megahertz, 7 channels. So, now, the FM's pretty decent in my opinion, except for this frequency here. That's WNYZ-LP, New York City, 87.75. It's kind of off frequency and it sounds distorted. So that's kind of a flaw with the FM, but the other channels you can get. Now, you can tune it by short pressing 0.2 megahertz or 200 kilohertz, or you can long press to seek to the next strongest station, or you can long press to scan the entire band. Now on FM it scans fast. Real fast, so now once you let go of it, it'll go to the next strongest station. So here's WBGO 80.3 Newark, New Jersey, which is Jazz 88.
check when things get tough because you know that the Knicks are going to face those situations as well.
Yeah, and it's... Yeah.
They really appreciate what she's done as a sister as well as a soldier and, supporting their country.
Our parents, they were really supportive that all 5 of us would join.
Family members.
This is a natural world. There's a... Sipping apple pie. At the only mix para la nena. Verified approval. It could help your offer.
5 days. She sold her home for $17,000 above asking. Total sale price $417,000.
Podcast, your twice daily download of everything important. Your offers stand out because...
Again, Chris, this is where it gets sort of wonky, but I think there are a number of measures of inflation.
Watermelon sugar.
I was like, you know what? I'm going to sit down and I'm going to pray. I'm just going to, sit in prayer. Let's try this. It's been a while.
Feeling bad, baby, I ain't lost that. It's not... Wait a minute, one night. I won't go back and forth. How desperate.
I wanted to remind you to stay home and stay safe. Let's beat COVID-19.
And that is all for the FM band. It's pretty good on FM, pretty decent to me. Got 41 stations according to my FM reception report. 31 okay to good 10-week signals. My longest station was WALK, Patchogue, New York. And if I put in another spot, I get the translator in Jersey City, New Jersey, W248CG. So, this radio is capable of getting stations 50 to 60 miles away from my area at least. So it is capable, which makes it a pretty decent to good receiver. I'll go to the weather band next.
Park. It was mostly cloudy. The temperature was 37 degrees, the dew point 28, and the relative humidity 70%. The wind was northwest at 7 miles an hour, producing a wind chill of 32. The pressure was 30.
KWO 35, New York City, about 10 to 15 miles away from me, and coming in nice and clear. Now I have one other station on 162.500 megahertz, KZZ31, Harriston, New Jersey, about 25 miles away from me. I'm able to get that station over here. I even got WXL37 in spots in Highland, New York at 162.475. But right now, we'll just go through the band. I think I can get KZZ31 here.
Midland, it was fair, with a 10 miles an hour in the afternoon. Chance of precipitation 90%. Sunday night, cloudy. Snow or rain in the evening, then slight chance of snow or rain after midnight. Total snow accumulation of 2 to 4 inches. Near steady temperature in the lower 30s. Northeast winds.
And that is it for the weather band. I'll put the antenna down. If I can get KZZ31 in Harriston, New Jersey, that means I have a capable weather receiver. So far, the weather band is good as well. So, FM and weather are good. Now, here's where the flaw comes in. That's the AM dial. I have full band scan videos. I'll put links in the description below for the FM and AM band. But I wanted to show you why the AM band's a bit hit or miss. WTL, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
The voice of the Jewish community.
You see, I hear tones on certain frequencies, not on strong stations, although this one I can hear a tone on 620, WSNR, Jersey City, New Jersey.
It's talk radio and television from a Jewish...
WSM, Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah, I haven't really honed into the
WSCR, Chicago, Illinois, over 700 miles. Here's another tone on 680. 690.
He or she learns. He learns.
WR, New York City. WGN, Chicago. CFZM, Zoomer Radio, Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Now, this is WABC New York, and this is where it's a bit flawed. Now, if you can hear it, you can hear a bit of a crackle or staticky noise on real strong stations, especially if you move it.
I created a mess.
You hear that?
800-848-9222. This is the Frankie Russo Show. Let's kick the Frankie in the box. The boogie down.
Yes. Hi, Tom. It's me, Frankie here. Listen, resistance is futile.
You hear that crackling on strong stations? Yeah, it's kind of flawed. So birdie tones and on a few frequencies and on real strong stations. More prevalent during the day, not so much at night. But during the day, it happens a little more often than at night because some stations aren't as strong coming in at night than they are during the day.
Look, I'm with him, but I feel he's got...
CKLW, Windsor, Ontario, Canada.
Started surging once again. High schools in the state were permitted to resume indoor sports.
You hear that?
Restrictions. Teams will be exempt from the current.
CHML, Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. And I'm just gonna scan up to the end of the dial to the 1600s since I already did full band scan videos on the AM and FM, so I think, 1280s are good.
¿Cómo empezaste jugando fútbol apoyado por tu papá por lo que estamos viendo? Pero ¿cómo empezaste, Fernando? Cuéntame.
Yeah, even 1280's got a little crackling. Not as much at night, though, so that's good. CKDO, Oshawa, Ontario, Canada.
Handled by deputies after she asked a deputy parked in her driveway to leave and...
Here is the official National Weather Service forecast for the New York City metropolitan area.
성년이란 뜻은 어떤 뜻이죠?
WTTM, Lindenwold, New Jersey. $16.80 WTTM, Lindenwold, New Jersey. $16.90 WPTX, Lexington Park, Maryland. I tried to get WRCR on 1700 Ramapo, New York. It's not coming in right now. But, despite those static type crackling on strong medium wave stations, it did pretty good as far as getting stations at night. Now, during the daytime, I got 35 stations, 27 okay to good in 8 week. And at night, I got 80 stations, 44 okay to good and 36 weak signals. So, it can get stations. So, it's not bad at all, actually. I mean, 80 at night is pretty good. And even 35 during the day is pretty good for this radio. It's that crackling on strong station that I demonstrated to you. But my overall thoughts on this radio, I like the flashlight. The solar charging panel's good. I like the very brightness of the flashlight, brighter than any other radio I've seen. Good solar panel. I like that you can replace the battery. For a 10-inch antenna, it does a decent to good job getting FM and weather band. I like that. Headphone experience good as well. I like it's built well. I like that part of it too. I like everything on it except the medium wave. But I'm willing to let that go past me because of the long-lasting battery and the flashlight. I'm willing to go past it, where the point is I'll still keep it anyway. As far as a rating, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I would have probably have given it an 8 had the medium wave been better at handling the circuit with the crackles on strong signals. But otherwise, it's pretty capable. I give it a buy for weather band, FM, and the flashlight, and a maybe buy for AM. And I say maybe buy because of that. So I lean more towards a buy on this one, but that's just my opinion. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and feel free to subscribe to my channel. Have a good weekend, everyone. Have a happy new year. Stay safe and God bless. Bye-bye.